both of you are
for having
amazing
us.
artists and set very high standards in your respective art forms. Radhe, you are a graceful dancer and your movements are so elegant. When did you start learning dance? Is this out of your interest or wish of your parents?
I started learning dance when I was around 9. It was not ever in my mind that I would ever pursue it. But after I finished 10th standard, I didn't want to go back to school. So we were visiting Kalakshetra at that time and seeing all of these people in dance saris and practicing, and they were all very excited. And instantly I was like, okay, I think I can do that.
Kaveri Taye, un madi kolandai nanu.
Kaveri Taye, undan madi kolandana. Kaveri Taye, undan madi kolandana. Aatanda nenja kaya paduthiya pavina. Aatanda nenja kaya paduthiya pavina.
Occasionలో నేను గెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆనర్ శ్రీమతి ఉమా చిగురుపాటి గారికి వెల్కమ్ చేస్తున్నాను. అండ్ సిటీ పోలీస్ తరఫు నుంచి we express our sincere gratitude to you, ma'am, for encouraging all of us and contributing to nation building in this way. Friends, ఈ రోజు ఒక మంచి రోజు ఉంది, గురు పూర్ణిమ ఉంది. గురు పూర్ణిమ అంటే మన లైఫ్ లో whatever good things we have, it is only because of our respective gurus. I am conveying my gratitude to all our teachers, all our gurus. People like Miss Uma as guru because she creates opportunities. I was so happy that so many ladies were coming and receiving the papers from her. Nothing is more important than setting an example as a true inspirator. So thank you so much, Uma.
People may think, police is only for safety, security. Of course, now everyone knows how much they, sacrificed and taken care of people's lives during this pandemic, and of course, traffic and other things. But see this side of the police where they are looking for the, to give jobs, to give employment, to give support to the whole youth. That's why, shaping up their careers, their families. It is not an easy thing, and I really appreciate the Hyderabad police for taking up this great initiative. I request all the youth to utilize this opportunity, come forward, take up the jobs.
Namaste. On behalf of Chairperson Uma Chigurupati and her committee, I, Honorary Secretary Radhika Agarwal, extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guest Aditi Jhunjhunwala, respected past chairs, members, old and new, to Flow Hyderabad 21-22's first session of learning modules. India has been reeling under the impact of COVID-19 pandemic for the past 1.5 years. A reimagination and realignment of business activities is required to address the challenges that we are facing, the need to adapt the new normal. Promoting our business with social media has become an essential piece of our business marketing strategy. Stepping outside of the box and learning, Stepping outside the box and learning new digital skills is just the creative workout we need. This session will help you to become a part of social revolution and help convert your online business presence into revenue generation models. We have amidst us graphic design educationalist Aditi Jhunjhunwala, a trainer par excellence in digital tech. Aditi Jhunjhunwala today is going to teach us how to build our personal brand with logo designing and business presentation and inspire the artist in us to create the best designs based on the latest trends in business. We are going to explore the tools, features, and functionality of Canva. As Picasso rightly said, learn the rules like a pro, so you can break them like an artist. On this note, members, let us put on our designing thinking caps for a super interactive design thinking session. Before that, let's start the session by paying homage to our motherland by salutation to our national flag. Now, I would like to invite Chairperson Uma Chigurupati to give her welcome address.
Thank you, Radhika. Namaste. A very good evening to everyone. Thank you, Aditi, for joining us.
Thank you.
All our members are very enthusiastically waiting to interact and learn from you. I think they are already started just before the session has started. So before going ahead, I'll quickly take you through the month of July at Flow Hyderabad. On the 16th of July, we all had gone through a journey of art where Bharatanatyam exponent Radhe Jaggi and eminent Carnatic musician Sandeep Narayan shared their experiences and journey through art and life. They also shown us how art will become a powerful medium to influence people to take forward certain social causes and how impactful art will be in society. It's a wonderful message to all. We all know that trees are essential for living. Plantation of trees is very important for environment and society. On the 20th of July, we have participated in the plantation drive in the beautiful Devarampalli village. I'm very happy to mention about the mega job drive organized by Hyderabad Police in association with FICCI Flow Hyderabad. On the 24th of July, we have organized the Job Connect, primarily connecting unemployed youth to explore various job opportunities. The present drive is done for 4,000 posts and 24 companies participated. Around 1,000, approximately 989 people have been selected. And the certificates are also issued on the same day. Let us spread this word for more companies to participate and more youth to utilize this option. Coming to today's workshop of Canva designing, it is always necessary to maintain a professional design standard for all the creatives that we share in social media platforms. Canva enables us to create that content quickly and easily. We all know that it is a great option if we are creating simple graphics and documents that require little design skill. Once again, welcome Aditi. And thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Flow Hyderabad for having me conduct this session. Just a few things to note. When I start the session, you may post all your questions on the chat box. I'll keep seeing it as and when, and I'll be addressing it during the session. It's a very hands-on session. I'll be starting with a presentation. Post that, I will be showing you the interface of Canva on a website, and then we'll be learning how to make a logo. So sharing my screen. Today's topic, graphic design simplified. What exactly is Canva? I'm going to run you through all the tips. Canva is a do-it-yourself design platform where there are thousands of pre-designed templates, which I called a grid or a structure. It is easy to edit, as in you don't have to do anything from scratch. You can just use the templates and edit those. It has a drag and drop interface. By that, I mean, you can just simply choose your videos from the left panel and drag it into your grid or your templates, which are already designed. You can upload your own photos here. If you're using it on your phone, you can upload it from your gallery. If you're using it on your iPad, you can upload it from your gallery, iPad gallery. If you're using it on your laptop or computer, you can upload it from your desktop or any folders that you have on your computer. The basic Canva is free of cost. Do's and don'ts while using the software or the app. You use the templated approach, which I'm going to show you when we start using it. Use limited fonts. So whenever you're making your creative, the template comes with a couple of set fonts. You can either use those or you can change it from the font library, which is easily accessible. Create simple designs so that it looks aesthetic and appealing, and you should have a consistency. Choose your colors wisely according to your creative. For example, if you're making it for a corporate event or you're making it for something serious, then I would suggest you to use simple designs like squares, rectangles from the similar family, and you should use limited fonts and simple colors. So your color palette should reflect the kind of mood you want to bring about in your artwork. Upgrade Canva for advanced features. By that, I mean, whenever you want to use additional features, like you want to delete the background from an image or from a logo, the white background which is there, or you want to import more fonts, or you want more animation, or you want to import audio clips, you upgrade it to the Canva Pro, which comes with a basic subscription. Otherwise, we use the basic Canva, which is very, very user-friendly. Don'ts while using Canva, there are a couple of don'ts also which you should adhere to. Don't use text combinations that are difficult to read. So for example, if you're making a creative for a wedding, try to have fonts which bring out the mood for a wedding. So don't use serious fonts, rather use cursive fonts or simple fonts, because whenever you're sending a creative for a wedding invite to anyone and everyone sees it. So from young people to older people. So you should have a creative which is legible by any age group. So that is why I say text combinations that are easy to read is always advisable. Don't overlook font spacing. Whenever you're making your creatives, try to see that the fonts are not very cramped or very spaced out. That causes a problem in the legibility. Don't use too many design elements. Don't use distracting colors on your designs. Like don't use too flashy colors or neon colors or gradient. That just causes a problem in reading. And avoid using too many filters on your images, because that just distorts the image completely. Try to use a simple filter, which I will show you again. Why are we doing Canva? What are the benefits? It is a great design tool for non-designers. It has preset templates. Canva automatically saves all your designs. So for example, if you have forgotten to save any of your designs in a hurry, or say there has been a load shedding, you can simply come back to Canva and your design will be safely saved. I will also show you where it gets saved. You can upload videos or photos from your phone gallery very easily. You can fix your images, add stunning filters, and edit text very, very simply here. Canva also has a lot of stock images inbuilt in the app and illustrations to enhance your artwork. So, couple of features: design anything and publish anywhere. There are millions of images which Canva comes with. You can even upload your own, like I said. Photo filters like Photoshop you have over here. Those are the preset filters. There are free icons and shapes, frames, etc. to enhance your artwork. Say you don't want to use a preset template, you can make it from scratch as well. There are hundreds of free fonts that are available to make your design perfect. The features that it comes up with: you can make your layouts crisp with these design grids. I will introduce you to this feature. You can straighten your photos and keep them looking absolutely sharp. So say if it's not in the right angle or if it's a little tilted, you can crop it and make it look sharp. You can add magnificent effects on your photos. You can crop your photos the way you want and make them into precise compositions. You can blur the images with Canva. Thousands of free icons to enhance the design like a pro. You can add photo frames like this if you're making it for a save the date or an e-invite for someone special. And you can also add brilliant vignettes in Canva to give it that old school look, or say you wanted a sepia tint, etc. So these are some really awesome features which Canva comes with. I've listed a few designs which were created in Canva. So a save the date, e-invite, posters, flyers, etc. These were created. And the 3 key ingredients to make a good design and make your artwork look appealing are: it should be very, very eye-catching so that the audience wants to attend the event or wants to participate in whatever the creative is all about or wants to come. Consider color. Like I said, you should have simple colors used in your artwork, which are not very, very gaudy. The color palette is made up of 3 or 4 colors, and you should have balance in your design. By that, I mean the creative should have some amount of white space in it, which is called the negative space or the breathing space. So that enables eye movement on your artworks. So over here, it is balanced. It is balanced by the text and the objects around it. So what we do is, these are a couple of websites which you use: freepik.com, pixabay.com, unsplash.com, pixels.com, dreamstime.com, and mixkit.com. These are a couple of websites which you can download free images and videos from. So after this presentation, I'm going to run you through a couple of these websites and get you familiar with them. So I'll send a screenshot of this for your reference later. In the chat box. Here you go. So I've just shared the last slide of the presentation on the chat box for everyone to have access to that later. Sharing my screen now for the most awaited interface. This is how I've logged in, canva.com. So I just write www.canva.com and I log in using my email account. How do you know I have logged in to my email account? When on the right side, the circle has your photograph or your initial, means you're on the right track. I'm telling you the basics so that you don't have a problem later. In the search panel, you can write logo. So just want everyone to be on the same page as me. I'll keep repeating it. I have logged into my Canva. On the search panel, I write logo. So it filters it to all the templates. Simple. For some interface, you have this option of filtering it to free or pro. For some, if you don't have your laptop or your iPad or phone updated, you might not get this option. Okay, it's fine, doesn't matter. So I go on to free and all the free ones are accessible now. When I hover my cursor over the icon, I can see whether it's a free one or a paid one. See, this is free and this flash is paid. So I can't use the paid one. Okay, I'm going to explain to you why we can't use the paid one. You can use it while making your logo, but when you have to download it, it will create a little bit of a problem. Okay, you will not be able to download it. So it's best to use the free one. I'm going to select a particular icon, say the cake logo that is available. And I'm going to introduce you to the entire interface so that it's very, very easy to understand. I have clicked on my logo, which is free of cost. It has opened on a new page, just beside the first page. To shut this panel, sometimes this is disturbing. I can click on this arrow over here. So it simply shuts that page. To zoom in and zoom out, I press this circular thing and move it towards the right. So I zoom into my page for better accessibility of the logo. I can scroll it up and down. I can select the element from here and I can delete it from the dustbin on the right. Simple. To bring it back, I can just do undo. So the simple command for undo is Control Z on a non-MacBook, Command Z in a MacBook. Okay, then this is the toolbar, which is on the left. It is a black panel. And this is called the canvas, where we make our artwork. I can select my background color and I can simply change it from the top left corner where it says background color. So these are the colors that I have. In case you are not satisfied with these colors, because these are default colors, I can click on this rainbow box, which is on the left side, top left, and I can choose it from the color palette here, the exact shade that I'm looking for, by moving this cursor. I can select the element, like I said, delete it from the top right corner. I can go to my element section, which is on the left. Again, I can search for the genre I'm looking for. So for example, I want to make it for a cafe. I punch in cafe and all the icons related to a cafe show up here. I can just scroll down and see. I simply click on it and the graphic or the icon or the element comes on my artboard. Points to remember, please. Whenever you're using a graphic from here, and if you're using a basic Canva, please note you should hover your cursor and see whether it has a crown or whether it is free of cost. You can see whether the element is free or paid. If it says Pro with a crown, means it is a paid element. Please don't use this because it will cause a problem while downloading. It will have this alert coming, remove watermark constantly. So it's best you don't use this. You can just delete it. Again, if I have multiple icons that have come like this, I can select it by clicking on it and pressing delete on my keyboard, or by clicking on the dustbin on the top right corner. I can select the coffee bean and resize it using the circular element on the corner of the image. When I pull it towards the inside, it reduces in size. When I pull it towards the outside, it increases in size. I can click on it and I can pull it up. The beauty of Canva is that I can change the color of the element if I don't like this color. I can remove this, select the element at the back, and I can change the color of this as well to a little brighter color. Move this to the center. And my top portion is ready. Now I want to edit the text. In my presentation, I had mentioned you can edit your text very easily. So I simply click on the text and the box appears on the corner. This box is called a text box. Very important for you to edit. I double click on it to highlight it. And then I write Mr. Green Cafe, for example. Select it and change the font. Points to note, please. If it has a crown, you cannot use it because it is a paid element. It is a pro. Without the crown is the font that you can use very easily because it will not cause a problem when you save it. So I can change the font. I can increase the size of the font from the top. This is the panel. Points to note, it will only get active once you click on the element, please. If you don't click on the element, it will not show the sizing. So I select it by a gentle click and I change the color of the font and the size of the font. And I can make it italic if I want. If the font doesn't come with italic, you can make it italic. You can make it bold. You can underline it very simply. It will come in a perfect underline as per the font. And you can edit the lower part also. You can select the text box and you can shift it down. Two ways to shift it down. You can click on it and pull it down manually, or you can just use your top and below arrows. Again, repeating myself, you can double click inside the text, highlight it. On top, there is a text color. You can change the color of it. simple gentle click here. And then you can just click on the outside area, the gray area, to deselect it. How do you know whether this is central aligned or not? You may click on the object, and when this pink line comes vertically and horizontally, means it is absolutely in the center. You can select this, increase the size from the corner, reduce the transparency of the coffee bean also. It's very cool, the feature. Where did I get this from? There is a small box on the top right corner which says transparency. You may click on that and shift your circular element towards the left to reduce the transparency of the element. This is very good for making watermarks, etc. Now I want to delete my background. So I click on it and I can simply delete it from the dustbin on top. On my toolbar, which is on the left, there are these 3 dots which says more. I click on that gently and I click on the option that says background. You have a library to choose from. I scroll down simply and I choose a nice background for my logo. I don't like this color. I can select the color that is here. In case I don't like any of this, I can take a textured background also. Now, the reason why I've taken this is, it is firstly a paid element. When you use a paid element, the remove watermark comes in. And there is a watermark of Canva, which you cannot remove until and unless you upgrade it to a Canva Pro. So please avoid using this. Select the element, change the color from here of the text. To animate any one element from the logo, I select the element, a gentle click, and there is an option which gets activated only when you click it, called animate. So I click on it and I can animate the graphic also, very simply. Again, in the basic Canva, you have only 6 animations which you can use. So there is element animation and the page animation. So I would suggest you to use one of these. Fade is the best, my personal favorite. Now I want to save this particular motion graphic that I've made. I go to download, which is on the top right corner, always above the dustbin. And I save it as an MP4 video because it has a little bit of graphic. And I hit download. It has gotten saved in your downloads of the computer. Okay. If you don't want to save this as a motion graphic or as a video file, you may save it as a JPEG file simply because it has this light brownish off-white color background. So I save it as a JPEG. Download, and it saves as a still image in my downloads. If you want to save it as a PNG, means without a white background, you can delete the background first so that the canvas is white in color. click on download, click on the drop down and save it as a PNG, which is the highest quality image, and then download it. Simple. I'm going to explain the difference between the 3 downloads. Why did I save it as an MP4 first? Because it has a little bit of animation that I have put, the fade. Why did I save it as a JPEG later? Because I didn't want any element to move and it had a background. So I saved it as a JPEG. Why did I save it as a PNG? Because I removed my background and I just want the elements to be there. Hence, I saved it as a PNG file. There is a question on the chat box that says, how can we fill in color in a circle or a shape? I will be showing that. Unable to shift second line down. Okay, if you're unable to shift the second line down, please move this box first. Click on this and then move it down. It will happen. Okay, nothing. Soumya, yes, you may retain the background color and save it as a PNG. It will save as a high resolution. Never mind. Yes, so sometimes when these 2 boxes are clubbed, means they are grouped together, you have to click on it, gentle click, right click and ungroup it to separate out this box and this box. Okay, in the element section, if we write shapes, you can click on the circle and change the color from here. That's how we do it. Okay, so how did I get to the circle? I went to my element section, which is on the left. On the search panel, I wrote shape. And then I click on the shape over here. I can change the color from the top left corner. And then I can reduce the size. Unfortunately, you cannot change it over here, Komal, the background of an existing gallery image. You can use the image as it is. Okay, so let's take a few minutes to explore this. And then you can share your logos either by share screen or you could just show your logos on the screen. Okay, I am not getting how to fill in a shape I already have in the template. You may select it and then change it from the top left corner. Yes, Vanshika, you may. Okay, have you put in an audio? Prachi, you can group images. You can't merge images here. Lovely. Thank you. Okay, I have someone who has shared their work. How do we add music and audio? I will just show that. Lovely work. This is by Abhilasha, one of the participants. Great work. Thank you. Okay, Sujita has sent. I will share this as well. Divisha, you may share your screen. I could explain it better on that. Okay, so this is done by another participant. Great work. Yes, Sarika, we have limited fonts. Rashi, you may just drag it on the chat box, please, or you may share your screen. Either, whichever is comfortable.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Okay, that's lovely. You
Like for example, in this circle, I want to fill color inside it.
Okay. So what you do is you first go to your elements, please. And under elements, you need to choose a circle. You have chosen a empty circle, just the border. Okay, you need to choose a full circle.
No, like in the same circle, can I fill in the color?
No, you've just chosen an outline, my dear. So you can't do it in that. You need to have a full circle. You delete this. And then you click on the element, right click, and then you bring to front.
And also, how can I get the shape you had? Like it was a triangle, but like in a curved way.
Okay, so that was an existing template. So you have to just search for logos here. And that was a template that I chose. So you just search for a couple of templates and in that you'll get it. Okay, then you can just copy paste the element from there.
Okay, but like if I'm not finding them actually.
Yeah, you'll just have to search a little bit. It was on the first few pages. Okay, I have a lot of others who have shared their work. Sri Devi has shared one MP4 file with us and a Gori group. Okay, lovely. Who is this? Okay, great, Rashi. Thank you. You've chosen a different background. Yes, Prachi, you may share your work. This is shared by one of our participants, Abhilasha. Great work. There's another one, which is an MP4 video file. Love how you've animated the element. Good job. Okay, Prachi has shared with us. Dhara has shared with us. Okay, this is made by one of our participants. Great work, very, very neat. I love how aesthetic you've been. Anyone else would like to share? Ritu, you may just add the file on the chat box, or you may share your screen, whichever is comfortable. Okay, can we proceed now for the next bit? Some of the people are messaging me. Let's continue. Very excited. So let's move forward. So I have opened my Canva. Now I'm going to go to my home page. Couple of technical things that we should know. When I scroll down my home page, there are all the things, all the templates which you can use. So you have presentation, Instagram posts, posters, logos, flyers, resume, cards, video, infographic, etc. When you scroll down further, you can see your designs being saved over here automatically. So when I log out and I log in again after an hour, everything that I have made, especially the logo, will be saved over here. I have not saved it. It is auto saved. If you want to delete your artwork to make more room, make more space in Canva, you click on these 3 dots and you just move it to trash. So you have just made a little more space inside of Canva because it comes with basic storage. If it's too full, then your artwork won't be saved automatically. Now, adding something fun for you all, I click on card. And since Rakhi is coming up, I'm just going to show one small thing before we move on to the things planned for today. I have a question on the chat box. How do I customize my size according to my artwork or the resolution? I click on file and I can see the size the card is, the template of the size. I can create a new design by clicking on this and I can customize my size also, 5 inches by 5 inches. So say I press 5 here and 5 here and I create my working space accordingly. After that, I go to my templates and I can write, say, tag or say card. And I have a bunch of templates which are available over here. Simply, I click on this and I can choose the template. Increase the size. And if you notice, there is a watermark inside. Why? Because they have used a pro element or a paid element. Please avoid using that because you won't be able to save it. I'm going to show you what will happen when you try to save a pro. It will alert you by saying download with Canva Pro and pay and download, which you don't want to. So I simply delete the element. I can write shift this here, increase the size, change the font from here, increase it manually or from the numerical value. I can select these, pull it up, and I can turn it around also. As in, I can flip it. I can go to my element section and I can write borders over here. Simply take an existing border, increase the size of it from the corner like I just showed. Select these elements by hovering my cursor and pulling it down. Even the frame is moving, never mind, you can click on the frame and push it up. I can select the background and I can change the color very simply. To a nice bright color. I can go to my elements and I can write butterfly. I can choose a simple free butterfly from here. Reduce the size of it and I can change the color of it. Reduce it, add it here, turn it around a little. To download this, I just go and I save it as a PNG or a PDF print. I showed this simply because people asked me how to make a custom design and how to save it in a high resolution. That is why I have shown this. You can save it as a PDF print over here. Crop marks and bleed you may add so that when the printer prints it, the crop marks will be separate. And then I download it. So this is one way of making it. Okay, so a lot of questions, how to add a custom page. So I go to my template, any template that I have. I choose any one template. And I can delete everything from here. This is one way of doing it. Second is by going to File, Create New Design, Custom Size. And then I can put in my measurements. This is the second way of doing it. Now let's go to the presentation bit. I click on my presentation. And it opens on a new board. I can choose the one that I want, the template. And I can increase the size. I can select it and I can delete the element. Points to remember here. I can add a page. Go back to my template and add the second page in the presentation. If you want to make like a business proposal or you're making it for your company or you've started a company and you want to show your products, this is how you make a presentation. Keep adding a page and keep adding the template from here. It is free of cost. If I want to delete the page, I can simply go and delete the page from here. If I want to copy the same existing page on another one, I can simply click on duplicate page, which is above the page here. I can select the element and I can lock the element also from the top. So it doesn't move. I can unlock it by clicking on it again. If I want to select everything and delete, I can hover my cursor over it and press delete over here. If I want basic animation for a few elements, I can select it and I can animate my presentation also. So it comes as a basic animation. Points to remember, whenever you want animation on your presentation and you want to save it as a presentation, you go and you save it as an MP4 video file. Why? Because you have moving images inside that. You cannot save it as a normal PDF or a JPEG. These will not have motion then. If you want, you can add a new page. Go to your element section. Search for frames here. Points to note. The advantage of using a frame is you can put in your videos or your audios in this very easily. So I go to my video section, which we've not touched, and I drag and drop it inside the frame. I can go to my images. I can write travel here, hover it on my image. To make this my background, I simply click on it, right click, replace background. So it comes at the back beautifully. And then I can control the opacity of this. Points to remember again, you can flip it from here the way you want. You can add a filter to it like I had said in my presentation. You can adjust the brightness or the contrast or the blur. And you can add a vignette, means the edges become a little blackish. So it makes it look a little old school, vintage. Also, you can add an audio track very easily by going to your audio, clicking on the free audio track. You can shift the part from where you want the audio to run very simply. In case you are not satisfied with this and you want to delete it, you click on it and you press delete on the top right corner. To add more motion graphics here, you may go to your text tool and you can add the graphic on your artwork. You can reduce the size and you can place it in the corner. You can tilt it or rotate it from this icon on the side. You can shift this on the top left and increase this. These are all for the presentation. Saving it, like I said, because it has audio and video, you can simply go and save it as a MP4 video file, standard. The final PPT is going to be a video, but you can play it as a presentation. How did I make it look like a MacBook? I went to the frames and I chose a computer. How did I make it a background? I simply selected my image from here, right-clicked on it, and I made it my background, replace background. So it comes as a background. How did I make it look like a computer, a MacBook? In the element section, I went and I wrote frames and I scrolled down and I chose the frame that I like. Went to my photos and I dragged my photo inside it, simply. So if you have like a travel agency or a travel company, you can just simply make your presentation like this and save it with these stuff going on. Now, last but not the least for today, I go to my home page and I write social media here. So I have a bunch of social media posts. Please choose the free one and not the paid one. So I can hover my cursor and see whether it's free or paid. I choose this. I can increase the size from the corner or decrease it. Zoom in, zoom out. Photos, please. I write coffee here. Drag this inside the semicircle. So this is the drag and drop interface. You can add the coffee beans. Right click, replace background. It's too chaotic, too cluttered. So I can reduce my transparency. Most interesting part, I can copy paste this, place it on the side to give it like a shadow effect. Select the background and reduce the transparency of it. So this just gives a little bit of depth to your artwork. And I can place this text here. And I can just write fresh brewed coffee on the go. It will warp itself automatically. Why? Because it was like a curved circle. I can just write Mr. Bean Cafe. Promotional offer. Reduce the size of it. I can shift it up. Select the text, delete it, and I can add it here. Simply shift this up, shift this here, and I can play with the colors also. So it looks consistent. I can increase or decrease the size of the line, the weight of the line. And I can shift this slightly up. Someone asked me a while back, what is the link icon used for? This is basically to link your page with Facebook or Instagram. How do I do it? I simply click on this. First, I make an element. So say I have an element here. I can click on the link icon and I can link it with Facebook. And I do apply. So the moment you download this as a PDF, not any other extension, and you click on this, it will open up on your Facebook. So I select this, repeating it again. I click on the link and I write. So when you have this underline on your text, means it is a linkable icon. It has already been linked. So when you download it as a PDF and you click on Mr. Bean Cafe, it will open up on Facebook. Or if you have your own page, it will open up there. Yes, so you just select it, go to your link And I just showed you how to link it. So just saying the last bit, I come back to my home page and all the things we have made today have been auto-saved over here on the home page. And these are all the templates that you can use as and when for your artworks. Last but not the least for today, if you have a particular thing that you want to upload on Canva, and I'm searching Google, say Maldives, for example, hopefully all of us can travel soon. I go to images, select the image, save it on the desktop. On Canva, if I want to upload this to use it for something, you go to the upload section, which is under element, upload media, device, and I can choose the picture that I just downloaded. Simply, it comes here as an image in my uploads because I've imported the picture, and then I drag it and drop it inside this. So that's how you use your images. So with this, I come to an end to the entire teaching. And I think I've answered all the questions which were asked. Yes, the link is extremely useful because you can actually link your pages, your social media to the artwork that you have made. But please remember, it has to be a PDF for it to work.
So you're done, Aditi?
Yes.
So you want to take any questions for some time?
Yes.
Quick. Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Pooja?
Yes. So, hi, Aditi. That was a phenomenal workshop that you took. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of takeaway that a lot of us are going to be using. And so there are a couple of questions. I just want to ask others, are there any questions that you would like to put in? Please do put it in the chat box here so we can ask the same. Meanwhile, if you could just tell, is there some way that we can collaborate in Canva with,
Collaborate in what way?
Collaborate as in with any of the creative people, like who are already doing it.
Yes, you could just email them and, you can collaborate. If they're having like a, session, you could just, take part in a contest. I don't really. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you did not mention how to create a GIF, if that is.
So the thing is that the animation that I taught, if you see it as a GIF, it's just going to be moving. A GIF is anything that is moving, right?
Right. So you just go to the animate section and have it incorporated.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there any other questions? I think we are done with the questions. Any other questions? If people have, they can give it here. Yes. Can you schedule posts on Canva?
No.
That's not a possibility.
Just save it, right? Everything gets saved.
Okay.
So that's how you do it.
Okay. All right. Yes. Thank you. Over to Uma. Thank you for the question answers at hand.
Thank you so much, Aditi.
Yeah,
I was going to the chat box. You are a wonderful teacher. We are going to have wonders, very insightful session, all these things from all of us. Thank you for this wonderful session. And we look forward for another interaction with you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pooja?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes. Radhika, would you like to give the vote of thanks, please?
Yeah. Design is thinking made visual. Design thinking is inventing, experimenting, growing, taking risks, breaking rules, making mistakes, and having fun. On this note, I, Radhika Agarwal, On behalf of FICCI Flow Hyderabad, would like to thank Aditi Jhunjhunwala for taking us through this wonderful journey of design and showing us ways of harnessing this new age platform for business success. I'm sure your session has reignited the creative spark in each one of us. Thank you, past chairs and members, for attending the session. It's your support that keeps us going. Thank you, Team Learning Modules and IT team for the seamless event. Looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow at our 4th Feet on Fire session, Energize Your Chakras, a guided meditation with Manisha Nilani at 7:30 a.m. on Zoom. Members, let's keep moving forward, opening up new doors of creativity and doing new things because we are curious and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. Wishing you all a safe and happy weekend. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you, Aditi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.